She walks up from behind, hugs him, and then lands a nice kiss on him. Be back in 5, disconnects the camera. And we are wondering, hello, girls and boys, how's it going? So it's campus placement season right now, and today I bring to you 5 crazy stories from my interview experiences. And these stories are India's got latent level crazy stories. One involves a girlfriend, one involves a crazy selfie, another one involves, let's say, something in Telugu. Hang in till the end, you'll have a lot of fun in this one. Let's get started. Story number 1, called The Girlfriend. Now, this one is pre-pandemic, where telephonic video interviews were not so common. We wanted to talk to this dude in Delhi, and he said, that's fine, I'll jump over a video call. First 15 minutes, this dude completely crushes it. Full Delhi energy, super confident, smart looking chap, answering every question like he's done this for years. That went on for about 17-18 minutes. And then we saw somebody walk in the background. Completely okay, completely normal, because this guy's at home. It is almost always somebody walks up in the background, and that's completely okay. Turns out that was this guy's girlfriend. She walks up from behind, hugs him, and then lands a nice kiss on him. Completely obvious to what the heck is going on. There is an interview in progress. This guy also doesn't flinch. And then he looks up, smiles at us, and says, be back in 5, disconnects the camera. And we are wondering, 30 minutes later, we get an email from him. Sorry, can we reschedule? Something came up with my girlfriend. Question to you. How would you reply to this email? Comment girlfriend and give me your answer. Chapter 2, The Angry Young Woman. Now, this is a woman with about, I think, 12-13 years of experience that we are interviewing for a senior architect role. And for the first about 10-12 minutes, it's a pretty good, decent interview. And in my head, I've already started thinking about my next meeting, because I'm thinking, ye to select ho hi jayegi, she's doing a good job. And then we start going a little deeper. A colleague of mine asks 2 questions on Kubernetes. She flats out and she says, sorry, I don't know about this one. That's okay, not everybody knows everything, that's fine. I ask 2 questions on Ansible. Flat out again, she says, hey, this part of the configuration management was done by a separate team in an organization. Fair enough, it happens, segregation of duties, we buy it. Next question on GitOps. 3 questions later, she flats out again. She said, sorry, I don't know about this. Now this starts feeling like a pattern. Then I ask her a couple of questions about AWS. And remember, she is AWS certified solution architect. 3 questions in, then she says, hey, I've only worked with a couple of services in AWS. I'm not very familiar with everything. Now we are starting to get worried. Kuch to gadbad hai bhai. We're trying to figure out what is our core strength and get deeper into that. So I asked her honestly, I said, hey, what is your core strength? We'll focus on that only. And then she completely erupts after that. She's like, I don't know how you're interviewing like this. I don't know why you're asking me so many questions all over the place. I will never interview for your organization again. Hangs up. And we are like, oops, ye kya hua? We were only trying to figure out what topic she knows so we can ask more. But that was the end of that interview. So if you think these 2 stories are crazy, wait till you hear the next one. There's a statement, a line in that story in a language that I don't speak, but I know what it means, and I still think about it years later. Let's keep rolling on this. Alright, story number 3, the selfie guy. Now this one starts a little differently. We start the interview, dimly lit room, clothes in the background. not the most professional ambience around. But hey, I've seen much worse. We keep going. And about 15 minutes into the interview, this guy is doing, let's say, decently well. He is okay, on the border, might even take him. And then something interesting happens. There's one dude who walks up right all the way at the back and he's taking a selfie. Completely obvious that there is an interview going on here. And our friend, the interviewee, spots him in the camera, mutes himself, turns around, says something to that guy, not very positively, obviously, and the dude leaves. Kind of awkward, but shit happens, We continue with the interview. And this guy is again calm, composed. He's replying to the questions. He's trying his best. We see he's struggling, but he's getting by. 5 minutes later, that dude pops up again. Same place. Again starts taking selfie. And our friend completely loses his shit. He forgets to mute himself, turns around and says something in Telugu. How do I know it is Telugu? Because I don't understand Telugu, but there's one line which I catch, which I know in Telugu. What is that? Nenu fakchiyandi. I know what it means. I know that line in almost all languages. I hear that multiple times. And the interview ends right there. Type Nenu fakchiyandi NFC in the comments if this hit home. All right. Story number 4. I don't travel. So this was a guy we were interviewing at the fag end of pandemic where everybody was super comfortable staying at home. And this guy clears L1, flawless. Level 2 interview, clean. Everybody is super impressed. Banda mil gaya ji, he's the guy for us. Level 3 interview, which is an interview with me. Because it's a senior guy, I think about 15, 16 years experience, we want him to come to office for a face-to-face. It's a senior role. It makes sense to at least meet the leadership before you sign up. And our HR calls him up. He says, hey, can you come day after tomorrow? Travel to the office and we want you to meet the leadership team. And he goes, no, I don't travel. And the HR thinks, hey, maybe there's a scheduling conflict. They say, okay, that's fair. Can we do next week? Would Monday or Wednesday work for you? He says, I don't travel. She was like, what do you mean? Is there a situation at home? Can't you leave home? And we're in the same city. This guy is in Pune. So, is there something wrong? Everything okay at home? He says, no, everything's fine. I don't travel. She says, what do you mean? Do you have a health condition? She's just trying to understand. What does I don't travel mean? Do you have a health condition? Is everything all right? Is transportation a problem? Again, he goes, no, I don't travel. She says, what do you mean you don't travel? He says, I don't go out of my house. I don't travel. And she goes, but we're offering you the role almost. Don't you want to come and meet the people? He was like, yeah, I want to meet the people. Get them online. I don't travel. And then the HR realizes that there's nothing wrong. This guy just doesn't move from his location. And she asks him, hey, you're a senior guy. What if the company wants you to travel to Bangalore, Hyderabad for a day or two, meet the customers, US, Europe, maybe for a couple of days, not long term, we understand, but maybe for some business requirements, for some discussions, couple of days travel. Again, same answer. He goes, I can travel on site, but I don't travel. Dude is willing to travel on site, take a flight, but he won't travel within India. Within the same city, he don't travel. And that, girls and boys, was the end of that interview. Story number 5, the breakup. Now, this dude, when he lands at the interview, again, online interview, about 7-8 years experience. And when this guy switches on his camera, that moment, I know something is wrong with this dude. Now, baal pure bikhre hue, crumbled up t-shirt, and completely disoriented fellow, not slept for like maybe 2 days or something. And he just comes on and he says, "Hello, sir, how are you doing?" I was like, "Hey, dude, everything all right with you?" And right off the bat, he goes, "Yeah, sir, it's okay." And I get the hint of it that there is something wrong. I said, "Hey, have you been overworking? Looks like you haven't slept for a long time. Are you okay, my friend?" And this guy completely breaks down. He was like, "No, sir, I'm not okay. I've just had a really bad breakup. I'm just going through it." And he's sipping something along, which is helping him utter the words. And he goes, "Sir, I know you through videos. I see a lot of your videos. I'm a big fan. I really, really wanted to talk to you and thank you for taking this time out. Sir, if you don't mind, can we reschedule this interview for another day?" I was like, "Yeah, clearly you're not in a zone to interview right now. That's okay, take your time." And he goes, "Sir, before you disconnect, can I talk to you for 15 minutes? I'm alone. I'm feeling really depressed. Can I please talk to you?" I was like, "Sure, man, go ahead." I let my colleagues go because this was clearly not an interview anymore. It was more of maybe a mentoring session, maybe a counseling session, whatever you call it. The dude just wanted to be heard. And then for the next 10 minutes, he pours his heart out, he cries, he basically walks through the breakup. And I'm just there listening, holding the space for this man. And takes about 10-15 minutes, takes his own sweet time. I tell him, "Hey, dude, it's all right. You need somebody to talk to. I'm here." And that, girls and boys, was the interview, which didn't happen. But I'm glad it didn't happen that day because something far more powerful happened that day. The dude needed somebody to listen to him, and fortunately, God sent me there at the right time, at the right space to listen to him. That's what I do in Top Mate. Didn't plan to do it, but it just happened. And I'm happy that I was chosen to do that. That's the fifth story. If you want to talk to me, if you have something you want to share, I do Top Mate sessions. I'll put the link in the comments. I'm here for you guys. Me and my wife Manpreet do it together. I do the tech part while she does the healing part. If you're going through something, we understand you. I understand how you think. I understand what you go through. Maybe we can help. That was story number 5. So, hope this video made sense. Tried to do something different here. Stories from the trenches, real life experiences, having taken hundreds of interviews over the years, 5 things which was crazy by crazy. Let me know in the comments if you've had a crazy experience giving an interview, taking an interview, anything. Let's have some fun. Lighten up, folks. Things are okay. It's alright. It's alright. See you on the next one.